So Naruto 699 and 700 review. It's here. It's over, and I have to say, damn, I can't believe it's over. So to start off with the 699 chapter, which is the one right after the previous one from last week, we get to see Sakura healing both Naruto and Sasuke. Kakashi's watching them. He's remembering just like he did in the beginning of the fight with Obito and all that. And we get to see a little bit of flashbacks. And after that, it's kind of a quick time skip to where they go straight to back to the tree, and they release everybody with this really cool hand sign they did, because since they both lost their arms, they had to do it simultaneously together. They free everybody, and then it's kind of like a Sasuke's inner monologue. I'm not sure if it was also Naruto's, but from how I was reading it, it seemed like it was just Sasuke's inner monologue. He was talking about all the different things and all the different people he's met, and all how he wants to re-travel the world. And it was really cool to see that Sasuke has a new kind of conviction, as I guess you can call it. And after that, we do another kind of time skip to where it's after the war, everything's done, everybody's settling back in. Naruto and Sasuke are still healing, but the thing is, Sasuke's leaving the village. Now, what's cool about this is the fact that he kind of talks about he's on a road to redemption. He's not, trying to do his sins over again. And of course, Kakashi did get him pardoned since he did help save the world. And Naruto is the hero of the war and all that, which is pretty funny to see. Later on in the next chapter, we actually get to see the outcomes of all of this. But overall, I really love this chapter. Naruto gave Sasuke back his headband. Sasuke, seems chilled out. He never put it back on, from what I can see. Even in the Naruto the last, the movie and the 700, he never put it back on. Not sure why. And another thing is, he never received his prosthetic hand. Now, when I was thinking about why he never received the prosthetic hand, it just didn't make sense. Now I know how Naruto was able to actually get a new hand. It's from the Hashirama cells, sort of like, yeah. But one thing that really did put me off about this episode, this chapter, is what happened to Yamamoto. Now, at the end, when everybody was getting freed and Sasuke was doing his inner monologue, we saw her, Yamamoto, kind of go back into how can I put it, I'm trying to find a word. Back into kind of a clone sense. Like, he just disappeared. Like, he just turned back into wood. And I was thinking maybe that he died. They never really confirmed it. I had to look at that page like 30 times. They only showed 2 panels. One where he was normal and then one where he was turned back. I'm not sure what happened. They never really explained that. So that was sort of kind of a loose end, if you would say. But that's enough for 699. Let's get into 700. Really good chapter. Really enjoyed everything I read about it. I was just happy. I was just blown away. I really love when they do time skips and they show the characters' kids and what's going on with them. So, firstly, we start off in the school where Naruto learned and Sasuke learned and Sakura and all the other Jonis that did Ninja Academy, and we get to see Naruto's son Bolt. Yeah, his name is Bolt. And then we also get to see or the chose I forget the name of the characters. We get to see Ino's son, Shikamaru's son, and Choji's daughter. She's black, by the way, which is really funny. And I was wondering who her mom was for a minute and just could not figure it out for the life of me until they showed her. But we get to see Naruto, and then we also get to see Sasuke's daughter, whose name's Salada. Really hope they try and do something with this series now. But back into the thing, we get to see Naruto type behavior in Bolt. He's telling them how he's going to do this huge prank and nobody wants to watch him and everything, and so he does it. But the thing is that we get to see kind of like a Salada and Bolt relationship. I'm starting to get used to saying those names. And she's kind of stalking him in a weird way, and then she kind of sees him go off. We do get to see that Shikamaru had a kid with, as I said, Shikamaru's son. Shikamaru's had a kid with Tamari. Gar's back, which is really cool. Everybody that's been in the entire series is back that hasn't died or was relevant. Is actually back in the series, so we get to see a whole bunch of different. We get to see Chonji's family. We get to see Ino and Sai's family. Oh, by the way, they actually had a son too. And a lot of these people had kids together. It's kind of funny to actually see it. The only person who ended up lonely is freaking what's her name? Ten. I would suppose. We get to see Rock Lee, which made me just laugh when I saw Rock Lee and and his son were actually doing something that Mike Guy and Rock Lee used to do. We did get to see Naruto and Hinata's children. They've had two, as I said, Bolt and another one. I forget another name. I really don't know the other Dora's name. A lot of shit was spoiled, sadly, because a lot of people like to fucking leak shit, so I wasn't able to enjoy it to the full impact that it should have had. Sadly, I'm mad as hell that I couldn't enjoy it as much as I was supposed to, but that's about it for that part. I'm just gonna leave that alone before I go into full rage rant. But also, we get to see kind of a Hokage's being. We actually got to see Killer B. We got to see two forms of Hokage beings. One for the old generation, you know, the 5th and up, and we get to see the new ones for the 6th and 7th up. Also, Kakashi did become Hokage, which is really, really cool to see. What was I thinking of? So we get to, so towards the end of the chapter, because a lot of stuff really doesn't happen in between. And sorry, I have the sniffles. But overall, we actually did get to see some really cool things. We got to see, you know, the Naruto going to a meeting, him kind of disciplining Bolt, telling him all this type of stuff, like the whole villages are my family, and you know, I can't just be your father and all that. We actually got to see Konohamaru and Iruka Sensei. Iruka Sensei looking really old, but Konohamaru kind of developed a Naruto type behavior when he was in his teenage years, which is hilarious. What else is there? So overall, oh yeah, that the biggest thing ever. So I'm gonna leave this for last, but overall, what I really loved about this chapter, both these chapters, is the fact that they finally concluded what I've been wanting to see for the past 15 years. I've been reading the manga for 10 years, you know, going since probably like 4th grade, and since I'm out of high school, that's probably 10 years now. So what I really like about this chapter was the fact that they really didn't have to do much action, but they had to do a lot of closure, and a lot of it made sense. It's kind of a perfect ending. I have no type of complaints. If this is where the series ends, I'm fine with that. But then there's this thing where the Sasuke, notice I did not mention Sasuke besides his daughter thing. It was this thing with Sasuke where Sasuke was walking by himself and he kind of felt another presence, and it was a little weird because at first I was thinking, why would they show that scene? You know, they could show him anywhere else, but, you know, in this area, basically just flipping out, thinking somebody was behind him. It kind of made me kind of question what we'll be seeing in another series. And then there's the thing that I read at the end of the chapter where it literally said until February. You know, it said you can check out the volume, because a lot of these, because remember, we're reading by chapters, we're not reading by volume, so we gotta wait until next week for the last volume. But the thing that really had me tripping was the fact that he actually said, and this is hilarious, is that he said it must be my impressions, and he just kept walking. He's in like this foresty area, it kind of reminds me of the Forest of Death. I'm really thinking they're going to make another series because it's too good to give up. It's too good to just let die. I'm just gonna have to play it like that. It was a really crazy scene. I'm trying to look it up right now. I can't put it in the video because I will get copyright strike, which is weird. And then we get, at the end of the chapter, we do get a summary of what happened in the, you know, from the very first chapter up until now, and it's really cool. It's a really good, you know, no less than half a paragraph of good explanations that I really like that Kishi did. But overall, guys, the last chapter of Naruto, I kind of cried, I'm not gonna lie. But overall, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and peace.